I embarked on a journey to learn how to overcome primarily my anxiety because I felt like anxious attachment is the most detrimental. Personally, I don't know anybody who was brought up in an environment where they were 100% secure. The anxious attachment develops as the people pleaser, the child who must keep the peace. They are the peacekeeper. They don't like to rock the boat or stir up heavy emotions. They want everything just to be cool, calm, and collected. One minute we're talking about the socks on the floor, and the next minute you're losing it. I don't see how the socks on the floor is creating such a massive emotional response. But here's the deal. It's not the socks on the floor that has created the explosion. It's everything leading up to the socks on the floor. No one wants to explode. What happens for the anxiously attached person is they actually get relief when the explosion happens. It's the lid off the pressure cooker has released. They say everything they've been wanting to say for the last 4 weeks in that moment, and it's freedom. For a moment, the only way they've been remotely heard or seen by the people that they've loved the most in their life is usually when they're in an explosion. What will happen is the relief from the explosion, and then the remorse and the shame sets in. The anxious person explodes and then gets relief, and then they go into shame and remorse. And for the anxious person, the shame and remorse is actually the most detrimental because once they are in shame and remorse, backpedal, and they're like, oh my God, I should have said that. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have brought it up. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have exploded the way that they exploded. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have suppressed the things that they'd been suppressing for as long as they'd been suppressing them. It's this whole thing of people pleasing, the giving, now they're on empty, and you're just taking, they're giving and giving, and you give. Avoidant attachment is the most dangerous attachment because it can very closely be confused with security. Essentially, anxious people love their partners more than they love themselves. And the more you love another person more than you love yourself, you will never, ever get back the love that you're giving out. What part am I playing in this dynamic where my partner is clearly very anxious and I'm sitting here secure and stable? How is my behavior making that person behave in a way that looks crazy from where I'm standing, but I am feeling secure and stable? I'm the one bending over backwards to accommodate everything, but you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything for it. And truth be told, it's because I haven't given it space. I apologized before they had a chance to sit in their shit and think about how they contributed to the dysfunction of our relationship. They have so much suppressed emotion that their pressure cooker is internally shaking with so much vibration that they start to breathe shorter and sharper breaths. And they start to mimic a freaking heart attack. They mimic a heart attack. They feel like they're going to explode. One explosion is an outward explosion where the lid of the pressure cooker is lifted off with a volcano of emotion and force. And the other is deep suppression of emotion where they never take the lid off the pressure cooker and they internalize those emotions so much, so heavily, so deeply that they implode. Because I think at the end of the day, security is what we're all striving for. We're looking for it in other people, but we really need to find that within ourselves.